till the day I die. Hey, swing those hips around. Can't stop, won't back down. My ladies, short, tall, thin or wide, always down and ready to ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's the OG crew making an appearance this week. We're down a couple, but we pick up a couple. It's like a really bad farm system. So, couple things before we get into it. A couple of passings. We'll save them for during the show. Mean Joe Green passed away. Chuck Norris passed away. One half of I think one of the greatest heel tag teams of all time. Dennis Condrey of the Midnight Express passed away. Professor with the thumbs up. What?
No, that's a hold on.
Okay.
I think you may have been duped by the Mean Joe Green thing because I haven't seen anything. And actually, if you look it up, it says he's actually still alive.
Okay, so we got duped. Okay, so we'll touch on two. We'll touch on the Chuck Norris, and we'll touch on the Dennis Condrey. We'll talk about the greatness of the Midnight Express. Edwin, one watch. Yes, everybody knows the rules. Let's get right into it because Tom said you didn't watch it. We were singing your praises. Ed Math last week. Nobody can fill shoes. Let's go.
All right, hey there.
All right, Ed, let's go.
All right, we're going. Hey there, podcast fans. You ready to show off your love for the 1973 podcast? We get over 20 different designs of T-shirts and hoodies that capture the essence of classic stuff. Whether you're a fan of the show or just love that retro feel, we've got something for everyone. From bold prints to your subtle nods to your favorite personalities, each piece is made with top-notch quality and that timeless classic and style that you crave. Perfect for lounging at home and making a statement out and about. And don't wait, our collection is flying off the shelves. Fasten, you can say, don't be cheap, buy a shirt. Visit us now at bonfire.com and grab your favorites before they're gone. And then check us out at the 1973 Podcast T-shirt store on YouTube. Just click the link below.
Ed, stop being cheap, buy a shirt.
Okay.
All right, so
no enthusiasm. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That was like a hot tag, and just right? Nothing. Just dead con. I was reaching for it, but nothing.
Yeah, way to no sell, Ed. Way to no sell.
Hey, just power drive me like 15 times, and it's not a move anymore. Okay.
So this is how I love to start a podcast. Already we're going off the rails. Everybody, Shaggy's already drinking. He says it's water, but I doubt it.
It's water. It's water.
All right. So
yeah, he's not screaming into the mic.
No, that was yesterday. That was yesterday.
Well, first of all, Brad, Shaggy's regular talking is typically on the line of screaming anyway. So
yeah.
I know.
Shaggy,
I live with them.
We're not. They're hating. I'm not hating. They're hating.
Hey, I'm used to it. I'm just deaf now, so it's blaming my hearing now.
How is it hate? Just speaking the truth.
You ain't lying.
No.
Professor, it was your pick this week. Tell everybody what we're talking about before we get sidetracked again.
All right. In this time of war, I went with the 2014 pick Fury, directed by David Ayer, starring Michael Pena, Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, John Bernthal, and Logan Lerman. And the guy who I forgot was in it was the guy that was from the Harry Potter movies, Jason Isaacs. I forgot until I started watching it again. The plot is basically that it's 1945. The Allies are making their final push into the heart of Nazi Germany. Brad Pitt plays the sergeant who's leading one of the Allies' Sherman tank units, and he's got a 5-man crew, and they're on a mission behind enemy lines. I thought the battle scenes were awesome in this. I thought it was really, really good. I think the most underrated guy in the movie I thought was Michael Pena. I think he's like a really good character actor. If you look through his whole list of movies he's been in, I think he's great. I'll save some of the other stuff for you guys. I don't want to take everything, but so I usually give a couple little tidbits on the movie and stick with that. I'll got a crazy Shia LaBeouf story. The guy's like off the rails. Even today, he's doing stupid shit. Well, he wanted to get into the character so much that he wanted to look wary and battle worn and stuff. So he actually pulled his own tooth out during the filming of it. And he didn't like how they made him look with injuries. So he actually took a razor blade and cut the side of his face to give himself scars. So he's a little bit out there. And my Michael Pena story I thought was pretty cool is if you watch the movie, he's driving the Sherman tanks and there's always a wooden crucifix like swinging in the side from it. Well, he took the crucifix on the last day of filming and he brought it home. And then 2 years later, he did the movie The Martian. And if you watch the movie The Martian, towards the end of the movie, he leaves a crucifix on Mars, and it's actually the same crucifix from the movie. He brought it on set and used it on there. So I thought that was pretty cool. Overall, I gave it a 7.6. I thought it was a really good movie. It's one of my favorite like wartime movies.
All right, Shaggy, you're up.
Yeah, I agree. It was a great movie. It's very entertaining. Yeah, I was impressed Shia LaBeouf didn't act like a jackass like he does in some of the movies. The one they kept getting confused with, every time I see Brad Pitt in a uniform, I kept thinking I was watching Inglourious Basterds and waiting for that accent. I'm like, oh wait, wrong movie. But yeah, I love this movie. Very entertaining. I'll give it like a 7.2.
I'll hop on there next. Now, Thomas, I gotta let you know that this is one of those movies that fell through the cracks with me. I'd never seen it, so I was very intrigued to watch it. So it came out in that time of kids were small, not watching as many movies, had to pick and choose what I was watching, and this was right in my wheelhouse of stuff that I like. Found it, so many of these movies that are based on whether it's World War II, Vietnam, they hit from so many different, all this stuff was going on at the same time. So they hit the same but different. And, you don't really get you get infantry stuff, you get, the airplane stuff, but you don't get tank stuff. So it was really cool. I like the concept of it. You hate when every movie has the ending where they all, make it out at the end, and it's kind of far fetched. Kind of psychological when it comes to they had a chance to walk away, and these guys get uber attached to what they were trained to do. I don't know if it's a psychological thing or if it's a I got no place else to go kind of thing. This is my tank thing. This is my home. So talking to all the guys to possibly meet in the end in the middle of nowhere to fight a whole battalion of Germans. Pretty cool. I liked it. I'm coming in around the same as you guys. I'm giving it a 7.7. Bradford, you're up.
Man, oh, hold on, my doors. Close the door.
Did you say your shorts?
No, my door. The kiddo had to come in to grab something. I thought it was a ghost. Live on air, buddy. Say hi to the podcast. If you're gonna interrupt, at least say hi.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Lucas?
So I was about 15 minutes into this movie. Shut the door. When I realized that Brad Pitt wasn't Val Kilmer. And then I was about 30 minutes in when I realized this wasn't Inglourious Basterds. And then I had to Google the shit to make sure there were two movies because I thought I was going insane. So Brad Pitt, not Val Kilmer, made two World War II movies like 8 years apart or some shit. Anyway, had like all the usual war tropes. Like they had the hardened, grizzled sergeant in charge who, would stops at nothing to kill a Nazi. And then you had the token ethnic guy. You had the dumb redneck dude who almost went full retard. If you guys have seen Tropic Thunder, he had like the same bowl cut, and hey, John Bernthal, whatever his name is, the Punisher, hey, he almost went full retard in this movie, almost ended his career. Okay,
Never
he
go
went
full
too far.
retard. Never go full retard.
Yeah, never go full retard. He flirted with the line. And then you had the religious guy, and then eventually, like, their guy gets killed, and they bring in the boot who was like, "Oh, I'm not even supposed to be here. I don't know how to do this stuff. I can't kill people." And then, like, they make him kill a Nazi, and it was like, "Oh man, that's so fucked up." But he was doing it to make the kid like see like this is war is hell, it's you or them, kill or be killed. But then they get into that town and they go into that room with those German women and like come to find out the old hardened sergeant isn't just a crazy like he has a moral code that he lives by. You know what I mean? And you kind of get the vibe that his men were coming up there to do awful things to those women, and he had to like slam his gun on the table and was like, "That's not happening." And he like stared them all down. You know what I mean? And he kind of reeled them back in. So, really really good movie though, man. Like you say, not a whole lot where you see there's always like the survival story at the end and everybody makes it out alive and you see him go home. And this one, it kind of wasn't the case. So I really liked it, man. Once I realized it wasn't Inglorious Bastards, not a huge fan of that movie. So I give it like a solid like 7.2. It's a good movie. It's fun to watch, even though it's 2 hours long.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was waiting for it.
Everybody gets one, Brad. Everybody gets one. All right, Phantom, you have the floor.
I'm up. I'm up. I really enjoyed this movie. I liked it a lot. Like you, I never saw it before, so I had it circled for a while and just never got to check it out. I thought it was the psychological part of it. I thought was really cool. Like you bringing the kid in, he's like, I'm a cook or whatever is bad. Was he like a
Right.
scripter or something? Yeah. So he comes in. Next man up. We're gonna throw a guy in there and. To what Brad was saying, I thought the part that was kind of cool was, well, not really cool, but like he forces the kid to kill the soldier. Like they would kill you, and then when you go full circle to the end of the movie, when he's underneath the tank, the guy sees him and then lets him go. So it just kind of shows, probably on both sides you got good people, and they paint the picture like everybody's evil if it's not doesn't have the same uniform as you. I thought the scene at the with the two women was crazy when they end up bombing the building and killing the girl.
Mm.
So it was good. I like I said, I really enjoyed it. I'm going high. I'm going 7.8. I liked it a lot. I thought it was excellent.
All right, Ed, you're playing cleanup. Let's go.
All right. I love this movie. This movie was a great movie. Okay. So a couple things so there's a deleted scene that's out of there that's about 15 minutes that was deleted out. And it actually talks about why War Daddy is how he is and why he was in that tank. He actually, and the scars on his back, those are actually from a car accident where he killed his fiance and his younger brother. And his younger brother is named Norman, who is the youngest replacement soldier. So let's see, and then so this movie has kind of a two historical kind of tie-in. So this one is this one I actually did research. So it's a book called Death Traps by Belton Cooper. He wrote about World War II being a tanker, and then also the last scene is loosely based on Audie Murphy's last stand that he did on where he won his Congressional Medal of Honor. And then let's see. Oh yeah, a couple things of a little bit of shenanigans. That Tiger tank would have punched holes through every single one of those Sherman tanks and not lost, because that's an open field tank, and basically Tigers used to use Sherman tanks as basically target practice in World War II. I thought it was a really good movie. I wish that they hadn't taken out that deleted scene, because when I watched the movie, I didn't. There was a couple things that didn't make sense, and then when I did my research today, I found that out, and it made all the sense in the world. So, and the judge had ordered War Daddy to actually, go die for your country, and that's why the tank was the home and everything like that. So, and then at the end with the it showed because it was 1945 Germany. The SS was scraping the bottom of the barrel, and it was a teenager, not a grizzled veteran of the Eastern or Western Front. So I'm going to give it a 7.8. I really enjoyed that movie. Really good movie. To stack on Andy's point, don't see a lot of tanker movies, so I thought it was excellent. And I do think that the battle scenes, they were quite great. But completely unrealistic that Tiger would have taken the Shermans out with one shot. So anyway, 7.8. So I guess we're moving on to my choice for next week. Thomas, if we've already watched it, call me out, and I have one on deck just in case. But I'm gonna go with the classic movie Goodfellas.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
Goodfellas.
All right. We
You're
have
good.
not watched it. We have not watched it. Good pick, Ed. Even though
What is
it's
it?
on
You ever
TBS
watched
like all
Goodfellas
the
before?
time.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Oh yeah, 100
Zillion
times.
Just pull it now?
Zillion times over.
Yeah, 100
Uh,
times.
Thomas, do you have a final score on the movie that you picked?
7.5.
7.5
nice.
for Fury. All right. So next week's One Watch Everybody Knows the Rules homework is Ed,
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Okay.
Goodfellas. We're actually right in there with IMDb. 7.6.
Well,
Right in there.
I think we've been on point pretty much like 9 out of 10 times, right, Brad? Right?
Yeah, we've had a couple where we were off.
Yeah, but it's usually
Or they were off, and we
Yeah.
Yeah. IMDb is off. Correct. You're
Yeah.
correct, Tom.
very Thomas. That's why you hold the title of professor for comments like that.
I was almost gonna push that thing up in the 8s, but then I started comparing it to some of like the more classic war movies that are like my favorites, and it wasn't so close to those as. But it's nice when you watch something for the first time because it really hits you with like you kind of get a real true score. You're not battling your old thoughts.
Yeah, I think as we get a baseline going, but for your personal preferences of what makes something define a 7 to an 8 or a 5 to a 6, or I think it's tough once you get into the 9s. That's a movie that you can watch
That's rare. Yeah.
anytime. It was in your collection. As Brad would say, it's got to be quotable. Things like that. Like if you have a pop culture, kind of mindset, and you're rattling off movie quotes with the buddies, yeah, that movie's got to be at least over an 8. You start hitting that Bachelor Party, Revenge of the Nerds, things like that. That first Police Academy, those are all automatic over 8s for me, just because of the banter, the Caddyshack, all that stuff. So, all right, we're gonna move away from One Watch. Movie of the week next week is Goodfellas. Bradford, we're gonna go talk some wrestling, but before we get into that, let's mention a passing. Lost the other half of the original Midnight Express, not the Paulie Dangerously Midnight Express, the one that was probably the greatest heel tag team, if not in the top 3 heel tag teams of all time, the Midnight Express. Now, these guys, this is going to fall into my pet peeve with the Hall of Fame. Only Jim Cornette and Stan Lane are left. You had these guys. They should have been in the Hall of Fame already. You dropped the ball with this one. You cannot, if you're a younger wrestler with all the high flying stuff, if there is a bunch of tapes or videos that you're going to watch and you're a tag team wrestler, these guys would be in the playbook for what a heel tag team should be. Anything from the blur the line of these guys like Fruity. Is there something going on here with the rainbow tights for Cheap Heat? Things like that. Jim Cornette is the manager, the mama's boy character. It's just looking back on it, the feuds that they had with the Rock and Roll Express, it was like seamless through from like 83, 84, all the way to like 87, 88. The Skywalkers match, the scaffold match with the Road Warriors. I mean, and you throw Jim Cornette in the mix. Dennis Condrey, good old boy type wrestler, nothing fancy or whatever, but one of those guys that was, you're not going to pull any gaga goofy stuff with us type of guy. I'm the legit tough guy. Bobby's the technician. And what's not to say about Bobby Eaton as a wrestler looking back on it? So many people from Stone Cold Steve Austin to Jim Cornette have said like not his downfall was he wasn't great on the mic. But obviously they had Jim Cornette, but technician in the ring. Just that Dangerous Alliance kind of run that he had with Rude and Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko, and Paulie was the manager, and Steve Austin was in it. What a great decade of wrestling from like 83 to 93. That it just I don't think it'll ever get any better than that. And Ed, thoughts on Dennis Condrey?
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to agree with you on in the top three heel tag teams. Just you heard the music, and it elicited that kind of guttural feeling like, man, I just don't like, man, these guys are just bad dudes. And like that's what you're supposed to be as a heel. Like it's supposed to hit you right in the gut. I love the feuds that they had with the Midnight Express. I'm sorry, with the Rock and Roll Express, and they it was just it was just it was just good wrestling. And I mean, I thought that it was good technical wrestling. I mean, some of the moves that they did, I mean, there were a couple of them where they put somebody up. Bobby had somebody up on the top rope, and they do a finishing move that way. They were kind of high flyers on certain things, but then they could battle and scrap. When they go up against somebody like the Road Warriors, like in the scaffold match and that type of thing. So, I think that neither one of those guys, like Dennis or Bobby, were very good at the mic, and I think that that's why they put him with Cornette, because Cornette, when you go back and you watch some of those tapes on Cornette back in those days,
Heat
he's
magnet.
just awesome.
Heat magnet.
Yeah. And I mean, and the thing about it is like I saw something the other day, and it was that nobody ever hurt Jim Cornette in the arena or outside the arena. And I mean, for somebody to bring that kind of heat, you would think that. So, I mean, I just that music alone just kind of brings back that, man, dude, these guys are bad dudes. And I liked it. So, good stuff. And sad that he passed away because he was a really good technical wrestler, I thought.
Yeah, and like I said, it's sad when I hear these guys pass away, Ed. The first thing I think of is not in the Hall of Fame. You put them in after the fact. It's not the same as when they're alive. You've had plenty of chances to put these guys in. You should have put them in, and it's that part is what bothers me with the modern day wrestling stuff. Thomas, care to add on the Dennis Condrey passing?
I was never a huge fan of his, but he was a great tag team. They were just some of these guys that are in there now that are tag teams like the Young Bucks, and they should actually watch some of these old tapes to get the psychology of the actual matches down tag team wrestling, because they worked seamlessly. You don't know how long they actually trained to do it with each other, but they did it so often, I guess, that they just had everything down to a science. But I guess thing I could say is the ultimate show of respect is Paul Heyman never breaks character, and he actually broke character this weekend. Put out a tweet and thanked thanked Condrey. Said that he taught him a lot of stuff on the roads when he was just a young guy breaking into the business, and he thanked him for it. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I have actually a trivia for you. You always like throwing trivia. Do you know who Dennis Condrey's last match was against?
Dennis Condrey's last match. Was it a singles match?
Yes.
Was he 65 years old?
It
It was 2011, so I don't know how old he
Oh.
was when he passed, but it was 2011.
Was it Jerry Lawler?
No. Bill Mulkey.
Oh.
at a Legends of Wrestling show. I
Oh,
laughed when
Bill-
I saw that because you and I used to always talk about
The Mulkey
jobbers
brothers.
and stuff. Yes.
They were the ultimate job tag team.
Yep.
Ryan, quick thoughts on that? The whole passing of
Yeah,
Condrey?
no, I mean, you guys pretty much said it all. I thought he had like one of the best monikers, the Lover Boy.
Yeah.
You couldn't go wrong with that one.
But it goes with the heat though, right?
Yeah, it was like he wasn't like jacked up by any means. Kind of had that the NWA had those guys that were just like regular guys, healthy, not like the skinny guys like we're seeing now, big guys, but they weren't like really put together.
It's the beer body.
Yeah, for sure. But as far as tag team wrestling goes, they kind of, if you think about it, and I think Ed said they were kind of like pushing the limits a little bit with the high flying, and that's the stuff that kind of got them over. Now everybody does it, so it's not special. But back then, when there wasn't really their finishes, but they used to, it would take the both of them to put off a move. So they would double team people, like not your classic, like let me hold the rope and distract the referee kind of stuff. They had some pretty nice combo moves that they used to use. Well, overall, I like Sweet Stan better, but that's
Still alive.
that's just me.
Yeah, the fabulous ones is more your speed. Suspenders and bow ties.
I think with the Hall of Fame stuff too, it's. I still think that WWE looks at that old NWA like it's bingo hall independent wrestling. They never give it its due.
Terrible. Brad,
Terrible.
speaking of WWE, let us
Terrible.
have it.
Man, there's not a whole lot to talk about for WWE, but we're about what 3-4 weeks away from WrestleMania, and it's shaping up to potentially be one of the worst ones we've had in a while.
But the
There's
most expensive.
the most expensive and the worst at the same time. Like there's no heat going into it, and we've talked about this before. And now they're talking about Gunther doesn't even have a match. Like you've been building this guy up. And now I get it, man. Because I think the plan was he was supposed to retire Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. That's why he came out and had some whack match with Dragon Lee. And he choked him out. And he had a couple matches with them. They're just squash matches. And I think Ray was supposed to get involved, but Ray hurt himself. Like Ray can't stay healthy more than like 2 or 3 months at a time. Um, so anyway, now you got this guy who's retired everybody. Now he doesn't have a match. There's no heat. He's not even on TV. Roman's not even coming on TV. He'll show up every other week to cut a promo with Punk. There's nothing there, dude. Um, Now this Randy Orton Cody Rhodes match is gonna be fucking fire, bro. That's gonna be a good match. And then this past Friday, Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu put on a show on SmackDown. And the thing is with Drew McIntyre, bro, think of every feud he's had in the last like 3 or 4 years. They've been money, bro. He is even when he had to feud with freaking Damian Priest, he made that shit good. He got like glass in his eye and he like played it up and there was like this huge thing. He like threw him through a windshield and everything. Now I get it. They've got a lot of injuries with Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, I think is at 100%, etc. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's out of it. This and that, whatever, man. Drew McIntyre's putting on show after show after show. He makes every feud believable. He makes it worthwhile. I don't know why he's not getting a bigger push. Um, I don't know, man. It's not a whole lot of talk. Oh, Ricochet tweeted some shit
Oh, I saw
at a
that.
fan who has MS, and he said he stayed in character, right? So I'm not mad at him for it, but he's like, "That's why you got MS." And the internet, like, lost their mind. Like his wife had to shut down all her socials because she is getting death threats. They're threatening to come to the next AEW shows and like come to get him over this one little tweet, man. He's like, bro, I'm sorry. Like he apologized for it, and they're like, no. This one guy tweeted out, I was like, there will be blood. Like you will be punished for it. I'm like, well, what? Like this is insane. He just like it was a. I wasn't offended by it. I don't know. I've never had anybody affected by MS, so I can see why people would be pissed. But like, like chill out, IWC. Like it's not that big a fucking deal, man. Like for real.
So, Brad, but isn't this is here we go. I'm going to bring everybody in on what we always talk about when the subject comes up. Isn't this what pro wrestling is all about?
Yeah.
The heat, the
The heat.
magnets, bringing people in because they hate you.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. And then when people get offended, it's like, wait a minute, that's your job, dude.
That's your job.
That's
They're
your freaking
supposed to
job, and you're
offend
doing
you.
it well. I'm not saying how you choose to do it, but that's your job. They used to happen all the time, weekly.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, if a wrestler even touches a fan, it's like, oh, we fired him. He's not supposed to touch people. I'm like, what? Come on, man. Like, there's got to be like, come on. Now we got Jelly Roll flopping around on the ring and shit. Like, get out of here, dude. R-Truth, Damian Priest win the tag team championship. What I say last week, the tag team section of WWE is dead. Is dead. When you got R-Truth.
Isn't it
and Damian
Ron
Priest.
Cena?
bro.
John Cena.
Like, I love R-Truth, bro. But like that is who wins the bro. This is why we can't have a tag championship or a decent tag division. Like you can't, dude. So I made this comparison. Monday night has nothing but women's wrestling. Like a Monday night, it's women's wrestling and commercials. You turn it on within 5 minutes during commercial break. It comes back from commercial. You get 5 minutes of wrestling, and then it's a women's match. And then there's like two more. They're like back to back to back. Friday night, it's commercials and then tag matches. That don't mean shit. So Friday night has the men's tag division that ain't shit. And Monday has women's. It's like the same, but different. They got to fix that shit, Andy. I'm tired of wasting my Friday nights, my Monday nights watching it.
Bradford, I got to tell you, fun story. One of Tom's guys, we talked about him a couple different times on the show, Bruiser Brody. In 1983, he had a small run on TBS with World Championship Wrestling. Got booted. Tom, you're gonna love this one. He was a heel at the time. Threw a kid out of a wheelchair at the tapings in the TBS studios, and they got rid of him. But
I'm not mad at that. Like the kid knew what he was getting into when he rolled himself in. He knew what was gonna happen.
So just saying. Heat is heat, and if you're not creating that good heat, nobody's gonna watch it. Now,
bro, if we're front row and Jacob Fatu grabs Lucas and like chucks him over the thing, I'm gonna be like, "Whoa, that was awesome!" I'm not gonna be like, "I'm suing."
Oh,
come on, give me a break. That
I'm
would
gonna
be
say,
awesome,
I'm gonna
bro.
say, oh, that's awesome. Then I'm gonna sue.
Nah, that'd be awesome. Look, when Stone Cold wrecked the ATV into that lady, right? That was hilarious. Who
what about if
wouldn't
they
want to
did
be
it
that
to your
person?
oldest son, Brad?
Huh?
What about if they did it to your other son?
Bro, they couldn't throw Tristan. He's a fucking giant, bro. There's no way.
Brad, we went to this like local wrestling that was like at a little town fair thing. When my son was little, kept hitting the wrestlers. So he's like leaning over the railing, and when the guys are coming by, he's smacking them and stuff. And one of the guys grabbed his hat off his head and like chucked it 15 rows back. It was awesome.
I have it on video.
Yeah.
I go to wrestling like when I go to a show, I want them to like rip my poster out of my hand and right in front of me. I want to do some bullshit. That's awesome. That's what you want, man.
Was Brad Hollister at that one you guys went?
Huh?
What's that?
Was Brad Hollister at that one you went to, the local one?
You're breaking
No.
up, Eddie.
What?
We finally let you talk, and you sound like a robot.
Yeah.
It said
Max
that
Headroom.
the local wrestling one you went to, was Brad Hollister there?
No,
No. Oh.
unless he was going by a different name.
All right. Well, that's
So I had. Sorry, wasn't that important?
All right. So, Bradford, anything more to add, or are we moving on to some shitty picks?
How about your boy Rodman?
Oh,
Rodman
we got to talk about this.
into the Hall of Fame, bro.
We got to talk about this.
No Midnight Express.
We have a list of people to go through, but we'll take Dennis Rodman this week. Phantom Hall of Famer, not a Hall of Famer. I'm with you on that. Fuck that guy.
Is he even in the NBA Hall of Fame?
I don't know. Doubt it.
I don't think so.
If he's not in that one, I don't think he should be in this one.
I'll drive down the street and take a look.
He should be in the Las Vegas Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
He won way more matches over there than he did in wrestling.
How about the Epic Dating Hall of Fame? He's got heavy bank.
That could be the Babe Ruth of that.
Thomas, let's bounce into another realm.
Hold on. I got one other thing. Your favorite wrestler, AEW, Tony Storm's out for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah.
She got hurt. That's why they did an angle, I guess, this past week where they had her laid out backstage. They said that she's going to miss at least the rest of this year. They haven't said what's wrong, but.
And Ronda Rousey's there now too, right?
Yeah.
Lame.
And another thing I think we were going to talk about is what do you think of the James Storm swerve match with the syringe?
Woo.
Oh,
AEW always be doing some wild shit, man.
Oh, what's his name there?
That's fake Magnum TA.
Hangman.
Yes.
Hangman Page. Yeah.
Ed, this one. He's having a match against MJF, right? Hardcore match.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Match was pretty good. Starts getting towards the end. MJF takes a syringe, puts it in his mouth, and sticks it right through his cheek. That the needle came out the other side of his face.
wow.
Wild.
Yeah, they always be doing some wild
as an
shit.
adult, you're watching that and you're like, "What the hell are these guys doing?" But
Yeah.
when I was a kid, if I would have seen that, I'd have been bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I totally can't hate on it, but yeah, that's how much over the top can you get?
Yep.
I mean, that's worse than Abdullah's freaking razor blades.
That's worse than anything. They're like, remember every once in a while we get a little glimpse of like that Japanese wrestling with like Cactus Jack, and the corners were like set up with like a little bit of explosive
TNT.
stuff. We've been watching, like, holy shit, it's the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
Never got no syringes through the cheek.
Swerve will get a staple gun and start. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you stapling yourself, first of
Yeah,
all,
it's like,
bro?
okay,
Go
Phantom, here's your
staple somebody
choices.
else.
We're going to put you in a ring that's going to explode,
With barbed
or
wire.
syringe through the cheek. I'll be like, yeah, just blow me up.
Yeah, just blow me up, dude. Don't even tell me when it happens.
Man, that's just crazy, man. Messing around with a syringe.
Straight
Yeah.
through.
They always be doing some wild shit like, oh, and then Edge came back, so I guess we're not getting him in WWE.
That's good.
Do you want it?
They ain't going to do nothing with him.
And there was one other thing that I read online. I don't know how true this will end up being, but supposedly TKO is thinking of booting Triple H. They're going to give him like 6 months to fix the ratings, or they may replace him.
What?
Yeah, but
I haven't heard that
it's
yet.
One of those things is who are you going to replace him with? Who? I mean,
Vince.
just some
Vince.
writer out of nowhere that knows nothing about wrestling is.
Jim Cornette.
Now, Vince and the Saudis were about to buy that shit back till Trump fucking started bombing Iran, and now everything's out of whack over there.
Yeah, they ain't going to be having no shows over there anytime soon.
Nope, fucking Trump, man. We were this close, fellas, this close.
There was something else, but go ahead, Tom. I lost my train of thought. All this gaga.
Yeah, getting old.
So that's the last wrestling thing I had anyway.
Okay. Well, shitty picks time?
Alrighty. 1973 podcast is brought to you by Elite Hockey Company. At Elite Hockey, it's all about the game. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a weekend warrior, or lacing up for the very first time, they've got you covered. From top-tier gear and custom equipment to apparel, live event experiences, and full team support, Elite Hockey is built by hockey players for hockey players. This isn't just a brand, it's a community. A place where your players of every level can stay sharp, play hard, and live hockey. So if you want to elevate your game, support a company that supports the hockey world, and join a movement that's growing fast. Check out elitehockey.com today and tell them the crew from the 1973 podcast sent you.
That's us. Go ahead, Tom.
All right. Well, my pick from last week, my 4 picks are still alive right now for the final 4. So we'll go keep that's to be determined. This week, baseball starting. So I think every week I'll kind of give my prediction for an award. I'm going to go with Rookie of the Year this year. This week, National League, I'm going with Nolan McLean. I think with the Mets, I think he's going to be the second or third starter. I think he's just going to light the league up this year. He's got like 5 pitches. He throws like 95, 96 miles an hour. I think he's going to have a great year. AL, I'm going to go a little bit off the board because everybody's kind of picking Kevin McGonigal. I'm going to go with Samuel Basallo from the Orioles. I think he's going to be kind of float between DH, catcher, and first base. And I think he's going to get 25, 30 home runs in that lineup. So that's my pick.
What else you got, Thomas?
Well, Mr. Branko, you want to talk about Leon Draisaitl's injury?
Yeah, I wanna see how Edmonton two straight years to the Cup. I don't think they're getting there without him. They definitely don't have the depth. And the guy really needed to get hurt like 2 weeks prior, so they could have pulled some Vegas shenanigans and put him on long-term IR and grab somebody to take his $11 million, because that could have been a huge ad, but they're just stuck. They're just stuck without him. So that's I don't know how much that's going to help with McDavid's decision when this little contract's done here, but I don't know. I don't think they're getting back. They got goaltending problems too. They already cut Jarry, so it's yeah, no, they're kind of screwed. But hey, maybe it might be time for McDavid to earn his greatest player in the league stripes if he could win without him.
Very true. And my other question is, now that BC's done, do you think Hagen's gonna sign with the Bruins and come right in and play? That's the rumor anyway.
I mean, I think he wants to. It's more of if the Bruins want to bring him in and kind of because if they bring him in, they burn that 1 year. So essentially, his 3-year deal turns into a 2-year deal. Which, if he's that good, you kind of want to eat that first year just so you don't give him enough time to turn into a superstar. So if he's 2 years from now he's a 60-point guy, and 3 years from now he's a 80 to 90-point guy if he turns out to be as good as they think he's going to be. So it's I think he's ready to play. I think it's just more a matter. That's kind of what happened with the Flyers with Cutter. Cutter wanted to come to the NHL, and the Flyers were like, we kind of stink now. They're kind of trying to lose or whatever. Well, why bring him into a bad situation? But the thing with the Bruins is they're pushing to make the playoffs, so they kind of need him if they think they're going to try to sneak in. I don't know if it's going to really help the cause any. That's kind of hockey purgatory when you stop being those teams that are about the 7th and 8th spots, but never know. I think he's going to sign.
I'd rather see them not make the playoffs and just get a good pick, but I don't think they're going to. They sneak in the playoffs. I still don't see them winning a round. I mean, I got to say, Swayman's playing really well over the last probably 2-3 weeks, but I just can't see them beating anyone.
They got Toronto's pick this year anyway.
Yeah, but Toronto, if Toronto finishes with the top 5 pick, the Bruins don't get it. So and right now they're tanking. I won't say they're tanking. They're like 7th now, 6th or 7th. So lost Austin Matthews for the season. So they're pretty
done.
Much gonna.
Done. That's a culture problem, Thomas.
Yes, they got to. Well, that's just like we were saying last week. It was just proven when Matthews got hit by Gudis and nobody went after Gudis. So that right there just shows you what the locker room is like there.
You think they're going to get rid of the GM or the coach?
Both.
They already did.
Yeah.
They're only 1 year in, so
yeah.
No. How long is he? When did what's his name leave to go to
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh last year?
2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago. But they were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They were in the playoffs with an older roster, and all they really did was get what's his name from Edmonton with the goalie change.
The thing that stinks though, it's like the setup of the hockey playoffs where you have to go through your division. So if you're in a good division, your chances of making it to the cup it works again. It doesn't work in your favor. So what? You keep getting bounced by the Bruins when they were good, or then all the Bruins fall off and somebody else kind of jumps in there.
It's Tampa before that.
Yeah, it should just go. It should be just a regular 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7. And no, instead it's like you finish as the number 1 team, and you got to play a team in your conference that could be actually the 4th best team in the division. The whole setup's stupid.
Yep, agree.
Did you guys see the college hockey bracket came out today? I thought it was kind of weird. It seems weird not seeing BC or BU in it. I mean, I haven't paid attention to it as much as I used to back in the day, but to see them not in it is kind of weird.
Did you see that Merrimack won the Hockey East tournament as the 8th seed?
Yeah. They beat the 1, 2, and 3 seeds.
First time it's ever happened. So
Unbelievable.
now they're in the dance. They're in that Sweet 16 team. So it's they're probably going to get smoked by somebody, but quite the story to even get in.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Talk about Cinderella.
That playoff bracket is always overshadowed by the March Madness. So, it kind of falls by the wayside a little bit with the sports talk anyways. But so, Tom, anything to add?
Just one other thing. I didn't watch it, but I was going to throw this to the panel. Did anyone watch the flag football thing with Brady and the guys last night? I didn't see it. I just saw highlights.
I saw the highlights, but Brady looked like he was chucking.
Yeah.
This is a man still
Now
throwing a good ball.
the question is Jake Paul really doesn't have anything or Logan Paul doesn't really have anything at WrestleMania. Are they setting up a thing where Brady shows up because it's in Vegas, sits in the crowd, and like costs them a match, or what? Because
Well,
Brady
wasn't-
like threw the football at him yesterday. I
You
saw.
gotta like the way that he's actually embracing the wrestling kayfabe. Guy's a heel. He's in that press conference talking shit to Brady. He's talking shit to Gronk. So he was there like he was a WWE representative. So I still say that guy's like super underrated. I know everybody hates him,
Oh,
but
super
when we
underrated,
talk
bro.
about like regular heat, the guy has real heat just because he didn't come from the wrestling background. Super athletic, good. All the stuff we talk about, good on the mic, full size, big dude. I put that instead of bouncing his belts around and stuff, put the freaking belt on him. Everybody would watch.
Yep. You see him, he stood in front of Tom Brady and he flexed and he just, bro, he's huge. He's so, yeah, he's jacked.
He's already trying to grow out the hair to look like a wrestler.
Yep. Yep.
Tom, you good?
I'm good. That's all I have.
Are you ready to move on into the world of the Twilight Zone?
Let's do it. All right. Brad's tinfoil hat of the week is brought to you by RC Custom Cards. Do you collect cards? Do you want something truly unique in your hands? RC Custom Cards turns ordinary cards into extraordinary custom designed trading cards just for you. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, honoring a team or friend, or building a one-of-a-kind collection, RC Custom Cards crafts premium personalized cards built to impress. Great quality, great design, and 100% custom. Made for collectors, fans, and anyone who wants something special. Ready to elevate your collection? Head to rccustomcards.com and see what you can create. And tell them the 1973 podcast sent you.
That's
Back
us.
to you, Brad.
That's us, fellas. So I like when we have conspiracies that line up with like our movie of the week and stuff like that. So we watched a World War II flick, which got me going down a rabbit hole for World War II and Pearl Harbor. And we all have like our conspiracy theories of like how the U.S. knew the attack was coming, but we needed this false flag event to draw us into the war. And we staged our whole, entire Navy in Hawaii. And then we just like let the Japanese fly in unannounced, undetected, and, bomb the shit out of us. But like, why did they attack? Up to that point, America wasn't in the war. Why did the Japanese attack Hawaii? Why did they attack Pearl? Do you know?
Oil.
So Japan was in a war with China. And I guess we were allies with China or some shit. I don't fucking know. And then, so we just set up a blockade and we're like, we're just going to blockade Japan and deprive them of oil and energy until they got to a point where they had nowhere else to turn. They're like, well, they're just going to blockade us, and we're living in the Stone Age now because we have no oil and we have no energy resource. So we're just going to go bomb Pearl Harbor, right? Sounds a lot like what's going on right now in Iran and Cuba. So it's like we're prodding and poking these countries and be like, oh, it's a blockade. And then when they strike us back, they're like, oh, ew, they got us. We have to go invade. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? We should clip that. I don't care. Clip that. It's weird shit, man. And then like we're just seeing all this stuff about Iran and the sleeper cells, and then this thing keeps popping up in my algorithm about Larry Finkelstein, Wienerstein, something Stein. He's one of those people. And so we took out an insurance policy on a building in LA, a skyscraper, and the policy is to protect against an act of terrorism. The same guy took out a policy on the Twin Towers a month before 9/11. Like, and then on the day of 9/11, cashed in some PTO and didn't come to work that day. So I'm like, what is going on, man? We've already talked about how it's like topsy-turvy world, but like the elites controlling shit. But it's like they have a playbook and they're just like flipping through the pages and they're like, oh yeah, remember when this worked for World War II? Oh yeah, let's do it again. hey, remember when this play worked and we drew us into war in the Middle East and we got to take all of Iraq's oil and go to war in Afghanistan and take all their opium, and then we could fund our opioid crisis and then pretend like we didn't just steal all the poppy flowers from Afghanistan to give to big pharma to make the opioid crisis a thing, and then we'll just turn around and be like, oh, it's a war on drugs and opioids, and like, you know what I mean? So it's like they just keep going through these same plays and these same books. They act like and I think a lot of Americans forget, but the internet never forgets. And TikTok and Instagram and people start putting the shit together, and then it starts coming back up in my algorithm because I've watched and liked too many fucking conspiracy theories on Instagram. So it's like every day is a new one. But anyway, that's my conspiracy thing. You know, I try to tie it in with a movie sometimes so we can have a little more to talk about. But I never knew the thing about the blockade on Japan. I just thought Japan woke up one day and was like, ah, fuck it, we're gonna go bomb America. I never knew we was blocking them out of oil and shit. So
Well, that was to slow the Japanese war machine down.
yeah, I
Because,
also
because they
don't
were,
think we nuked them. I think we faked our nukes. That's for
because
another episode.
because they were only, I think that the number back in the late 30s, they'd only killed about, 500,000 to about 650,000 Chinese at that point. Because they were going into Manchuria to get like all the raw materials. So, the FDR and the Great New Deal. I think we're gonna build up the Navy a little bit, and we're gonna blockade that because we need to, you know, dial them back. And I mean, we shut off a lot of help to China. I mean, we did send like the Mustangs over there, and they did have American pilots flying in the what do you call it, the Flying Tigers.
Oh yeah, we did.
And I mean, did Brad, I'm going to ask you this. In your research, did you find that, that it just seems a little bit too kind of like, oh, that's a coincidence now, isn't it? Like, gee, to park all your planes next to each other? Gee, that's kind of odd. But we're going to
Kind of
have to
odd.
saboteurs. I don't know.
First of all, I don't research anything. I just get it
Okay.
off Instagram and bring it to the
Okay.
podcast. No research. You
Okay.
guys do your own research. That's my disclaimer. There's no research going on.
You guys
Okay.
get your own segment if you want to.
Yeah,
do
if it's not on Instagram or TikTok, like, then I'm not doing.
Okay.
I'm not. There was one I did with the presidents who tried to get off the gold standard and they all got assassinated. That one I researched because that was an original. That's not even out there as a conspiracy theory. I put that one together myself. So that one will go down as one I actually sat at work and researched on the government dime. So thanks guys for paying your taxes because you pay my paycheck to research these when I
Brad,
do.
we call that a tinfoil hat original.
It was an original. Yes, it was.
A
Yes.
stamp should go right on the thing.
Yeah,
Tinfoil
stamp
hat
that
original.
episode, man. I did that on my own.
Yeah, and you know what? We appreciate that, Brad.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's not
You're
only
welcome for my service.
Don't forget, it's not the internet that never forgets. It's also rock and roll never forgets.
Yeah. What does that mean?
From Bob Seger. You got to research that.
Bob Seger.
Yeah. Anyways, why
He
you
was in the
dressed
original
like
Midnight Express.
Bob Seger, the guy with the bow and arrow who just slams Coors Lights all the time?
No.
Oh, that's Ted Nugent. That's Uncle Ted.
Nugent.
You don't drink.
Bradford, come on.
He was in a tag team with Dennis Condrey in the 70s.
I'm thinking of Kid Rock. My bad.
My conspiracy for you, Brad, is why you dressed like Mike Love from the Beach Boys.
Because you shared a clip the other day and I was in a Hawaiian shirt and I was like, oh yeah, this is my jam. I wear like Hawaiian shirts on the podcast. And then I never wore another Hawaiian shirt.
You're bringing it back. You're getting seasonal on us.
So then I was like, I'm gonna wear a Hawaiian shirt today.
Okay.
Hey, there you go, Hawaii, man.
Yep.
Need to bust out the mustache like Magnum.
Oh, I should, yeah.
Yes, like the
There you
Tom
go.
Selleck mustache.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a gray-haired mustache. It doesn't slap.
Don't
It
let
doesn't
that,
slap.
Brad. Don't let that stop you. See, you're dumbing it down. We don't.
Yeah, I'll go buy some Just for Men. I'll dye it
There you
black.
go.
Got him.
There you go, Ned
We-
Flanders style.
We want Tom Selleck, not Sam Elliott.
Yeah. It's not. Well, Sam Elliott's mustache though is like covers
Yeah,
half his
they-
face.
It's like the
mine's-
Lorax.
Mine only, yeah, it's a Lorax. Mine is like just right. I don't know. It doesn't. I've tried. It's like a Jeff Foxworthy. It's not. or an Alan Jackson. It doesn't work. I've tried.
After watching Fury, we would want to see you with a mustache like Scotty.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
Ooh.
I have a question for Brad about the military maneuvers during these conflicts. We never really talked about why they scooped up all the bells during World War II. That's also very interesting.
Oh yeah. That's another conspiracy.
Deep
Because
dive.
bells, back in the day, they said bells could like heal people.
That's true.
Like the chimes, the vibrations could like the frequencies could like was healing and like would settle people and they calm them and their anxiety and their sickness and shit. And now you can't find a bell anywhere. Not
Yeah,
even in a church. Like they're just gone.
They're gone. They took them even out of the local churches. Remember how
Yeah, they're gone.
remember like when we were kids, like a 8 o'clock mass, like on Sunday, you would hear the bells ringing like
Yep.
throughout, to let people know from back in the day that mass was starting in like 10 minutes or whatever. They took all the bells out. It's like the most. The conspiracy is kind of like what Brad was saying, that bells back in the day had a frequency healing power to it. It would change your mood. It would actually heal the body. So there's certain kind of hertz frequencies that have different healing properties, and church bells and other big like what brass bells had medicinal purposes. So during World War II, when they went across Europe, they took all the bells.
Yep.
All part of the reset, Brad. Those resets.
Bro, I feel like we're on board for another great reset with this war in Iran if it keeps going. I think the end game is a great reset.
Stargate.
Yep.
And the
Something like that.
Stargates.
Yep. I think they're setting up for a great reset. I think there's a lot happening behind the scenes and shit that they try to politicize it, and make it one thing. And I don't know. When Netanyahu makes it a religious thing and saying that, he made a comment that struck me. He said Jesus can't defeat evil. Jesus can't defeat Genghis Khan. Like bad people are still going to succeed. And I was like, whoa, like that's a very that's something I would expect, the Antichrist to say. You know what I mean? Like, and if you get into like the deep weeds of conspiracy theories, a lot of us think that we're not like in a war against elites and pedophiles and aliens. It's spiritual. It's, angels versus demons. It's good versus evil shit. And so when he's up there barking that stuff out, it just, it starts ringing a lot of these warning bells, and then of course
No
I hop
pun
on,
intended.
yeah, no pun intended. But then I go watch some of these conspiracy theorist guys, and the guys that are on the spiritual warfare thing, and they're like, yeah, dude, like we're like right where biblically the end time says we are. And I'm like, yeah, but we've been saying that for like 50 years, dude. Every generation has that moment in history where like, oh, it's the end times, and everybody freaks out.
Isn't
I
there
don't know
supposed to
though,
be
but
like generations worth of peace before that comes?
yeah, something like that, like
I
peace
don't
in the
think we got to
Middle
worry about
East, and
it.
Israel's supposed to have their land back and all this other bullshit. But there's a lot of weird shit going on. This isn't just like a political thing, geopolitical war. There's a lot of weird shit going on behind the scenes.
And
Yep,
that's
but
the news.
still nobody in the United States has been prosecuted for pedophilia or anything like that.
Nope. But Tucker Carlson and what's his name, Joe Kent, are both about to be arrested and or investigated just for speaking out about the shit. Didn't even do anything, just called it out, and now they're about to be investigated. But and then like it raises a question like, Andy, like what the fuck does the FBI do anymore, man? Like
They're not taking down mobsters.
they haven't done shit. Bro, I didn't know like in 96 was the first reported incident with Jeffrey Epstein, and they just like buried it. And then they called the accuser crazy for decades and decades. And now with this latest release, they're like, oh no, it really was reported in 1996. And like, here's the lady, here's what happened. It was reported, and the FBI didn't do anything. And everybody's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. War with Iran. What the fuck? The old bait and switch, fellas.
Yeah.
You guys see the Epstein lookalike with the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
convertible,
Florida.
and then they end up finding the guy, and he freaking looks just like him.
Just like him, dude. Just like
So
Miami
he
Joe
got like
or
a funny
something.
name. He's like Palm Springs Larry or something.
Yeah. Something weird, dude. Yeah.
They're talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, why wouldn't you cut your hair? You look so much like him. Wouldn't you try to change it up your look?" He's like, I knew him. I went to one of his parties." I'm like, "This guy, what's wrong with him?"
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that? Oh, so funny.
Oh,
He's like,
man.
"Yeah, he seemed like kind of a strange dude sitting on the couch by himself. None of us knew where he got his money from, but I'm like, it was before he was getting into anything or some kind of shit like that." Guy's like incriminating himself.
Weird. Yo, and the government registered aliens.gov or some shit. Like, we're about to get aliens before we get a Jeffrey Epstein arrest. Like,
Right.
give me a break, dude.
Right.
Oh, hey, don't get me wrong, though. I'm here for the aliens, dog. Here for it.
You came for the Epstein, but you stayed for the aliens.
Stay for the aliens. I'm still waiting for the truth on Miami Mall alien incident. I'm never
Maybe they're
letting
gonna
that
tie it
go.
all together.
I'm never letting that one go. The aliens that came in the portal in the Miami-Dade Mall, y'all remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the truth on that, man.
I heard a theory on that, Brad. I heard that the coordinates for that mall where that rift opened and they stepped out or whatever is the coordinates for a spot in Antarctica is
Yeah.
the same except for like a decimal point or something.
Yep. They got it reversed or some shit. So
Right.
I saw that. Yep.
Unbelievable, right?
Crazy, dude.
You know what's even more unbelievable? That a guy in Florida calls himself Palm Springs Larry, and that was Ed's Tinder name.
Oh man.
I can't understand how those things all just coincide. That's a conspiracy theory in itself.
Oh,
Ed, shout out.
Edward. Wrap it up, bro.
Ed, you don't want to shout out to the Tinder profile? Is it swipe left or swipe right, Ed? Which one is it?
I've never been on Tinder, so I don't know.
So you're saying it's Grinder then?
Nope.
Oh, you walked into that one, buddy.
Oh my god. You know, if we're on the Muppets, you'd have the cane going and hooking you off.
Yeah.
Eddie was sitting on that shit the whole episode, man.
I'm sure he was.
No,
He was,
until I heard
he was
Palm
waiting
Springs
for a
Larry.
shout out.
We're gonna have that's the new T-shirt. It's gonna be Palm Springs Larry for Ed.
With Ed's photo on it.
No, please don't do that. I don't need that type of noise in my life. Come on.
Ed, shout out all the guys down at work.
Yeah, all the guys down at work.
Where you gotta come correct with at least a good shout out to follow that.
Well, I'm just gonna make a statement. How about them Bruins and the Canadians being tied at 86 points apiece? How about them apples?
I think the Canadians will be in the playoffs, Ed. Just saying.
I know.
Shaggy, shout out.
Yeah, I got a few this week. A bunch of birthdays. My wife, my mom, and my roommate Hetchin. All happy birthday this week.
Ed, that's how you do a shout out.
There you go, buddy.
3 weeks worth.
Just for
Tom,
the
shout out
sick
all
week.
I got kicked out of library class just for the record.
Wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Ed, Tom's up now. Leave him alone.
I won't do a shout out. I'll do a rest in peace to Chuck Norris. Passed away this week. I was a big fan. My dad was a big fan. It brought me back when I heard it about when I was like probably 12, 13 years old. My dad and I would go to the movies like almost every week. And he loved those action movies. And we'd go see Missing in Action, Delta Force. We saw a bunch of his movies there. And then every week he'd watch Walker, Texas Rangers. So it just brought me back to my dad. Rest in peace, Chuck.
Phantom?
I'm gonna shout out old friend Louis Drummond. Me and Tom had our annual baseball draft, and Louis had a pool tournament to go to. Guess he shoots pool, and I was doing everything in my power to get him to blow it off to go out. And I must not have the charm that I used to because it didn't work. So the guy stopped. He's a team player. Showed up. I don't know if he won or if he lost, but fuck those pool guys. Should have won with us.
Bradford, you get to close the show. Make it good. Shout
Got
out
you, man.
to Palm Springs Jim.
Yeah, Palm Springs Larry. So these little clips you've been doing recently, Andy, is getting like a lot of generating a lot of heat and attention for me down here on the Gulf Coast. So a lot of people have like been checking out the pod and the commenting and sharing it and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. But some of Lucas's teammates were like, "Oh, hey, I saw a clip with your dad. Is he like on a podcast? Yeah, what a nerd. He must have like 3 followers." And I was like, first of all, you little shit, we have like 100 followers and we're doing really nice. I have a fucking YouTube plaque that shows we're doing great. But anyway, so if the Sea Wolves 10U baseball team watch this podcast and you made it this far, it's already too late. You're fucked. You're gonna run laps. You're gonna touch poles. You should already be in bed. Get off of here. I'm not even gonna say your name. You know who I'm talking to. Get off of YouTube. You need to go to bed. It's 8 o'clock. It's our time. It's too late. We have school tomorrow.
I heard a rumor about those kids that their fathers buy them all cheap bats.
Yeah, no, there's not a cheap bat. There's probably like 10 grand worth of baseball bats in that freaking dugout. And then this is my pet peeve. This is what grinds my gears. These kids,
Same bat.
they come in from like the field or the dugout or whatever, and their gloves are just throwing their gloves and shit everywhere. And I'm like, pick that glove up was $120, and you just chucked it into the fence like it was nothing. Like, do you know what your mom and dad do for a living? They're like, no. Then maybe you should go ask them. That's a $120 glove. You just chucked it to the fence. And then they're in there with the baseball bats. They like to go bing, bing, and like bang them. I'm like, oh my God.
Brad, I got a great
$450 bat just getting dented up.
great baseball glove story. So I buy my son one of those A2000s. It's like a $300 glove.
Yep.
So he gets it. Thing stiff as trying to break it in. I'm going to use my old one. I'm like, all right. Keep trying to break it in. I want to use my old one.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, we're already like 2 weeks since I bought this glove. Can't bring it back. You already put all kinds of oil and shit on it. So we're packing up the stuff after one of the games. And he leaves his glove on the bench. And I see it. I grab it. I stick it underneath my shirt. Walk to the car. He doesn't say nothing about it. Doesn't notice. We go home. Getting ready to go for the next game. I take the new glove. I put it inside the side pocket of the bag. We get there. Everybody starts warming up. Dad, I forgot my glove. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't think you forgot it. I looked in your bag. I didn't see it. I said, but your new glove's in the side pocket. And that was it for the old glove, fellas.
Oh, I'll put that one in my toolbox, buddy.
Oh man, that's great.
The old bait and switch.
Bradford, I gotta drop a little knowledge on you, seeing that you're a close personal friend and a high-ranking member of this podcast. Anytime you want to flex on these kids, you tell them. You go to that homepage and you show them almost 9,000 followers. Not 100. Don't dumb it down like that. 9
I
grand.
didn't mean to. It was an accident.
Yeah, you
I will
flex on those kids.
Tell
You think,
them.
do you know 9,000 people? Because I do.
Nope, I do. I'm a star in my own world.
Hey, do you know what 9,000 followers get? Nice fucking shirts like this.
I have like 10 podcast t-shirts, bro.
That's right. How many do they have?
None. I'm about to buy another one.
Tell them stop being cheap.
Yep. Did you really make that less dongs, more zombie shirt?
Yeah, that's on
Yeah, I'm
there.
about to buy that shit.
That's on there.
I don't know where I'm gonna wear it, but I'm about to buy that shit.
Listen, don't be afraid.
Who cares?
Wear
On
that
the back,
shit.
on the back of it actually has the dong.
It's hanging down from the neck.
That shit's so big if you tuck your shirt in, you're not gonna see the head.
Yep.
It's aimed for your asshole.
All you're gonna say is from behind. Is that a Subway sub sandwich?
Footload.
Boy, we went off the rails.
Can't be doing all this good comedy in the last 5 minutes because everybody's already going to be done watching halfway through.
This is true.
Well, the 10 you see, well, this should already be logged off, so that it checks out.
So if you want to find Ed on Tinder, it's Palm Springs Larry at AOL.com.
702-94477.